Okay, hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. So, yeah. Last night, we finished Baldur's Gate. Uh, after a 3-hour, like a 6-hour long stream or something like that. I thought at the end of it, I was rather brief on it all. So, I thought I would do a little bit here to give, I guess, some more coherent ending thoughts. And also, I can fit in something which I was wanting to show off with Baldur's Gate. Sort of at the end anyway. So it gives me an excuse to fit that in there as well. So let's load up Baldur's Gate again. Okay. And we'll go here. What are we doing out here? So, well, I don't know. This is the party, as they were, just before the final fight. But I have moved them to Lion's Way, I think it's called. Just outside Candlekeep. Okay. So, yeah. Overall thoughts for Baldur's Gate. I think I gave as much as that. I really like the game. It's my favorite RPG. It's got a lot of flaws in it. But I hold... There's something special about the first time you experience a story like this. Whether it's in a video game, reading a book, or any other form of media, a movie, you know, like, you can see the most cliched storylines, but the first time you see something like that, it can be quite special, and Baldur's Gate was pretty much that for me. You know, the storyline of, oh, the character has got unknown origins, which turn out to be much more deadly and they have to struggle with their inner demons and so on. That's pretty freaking cliche. It's done a lot of times. But, you know, as I said, first time you see something like that, ooh, wow, it's pretty good. Hello, welcome, Patch. Didn't win half enough yesterday. This is just a brief moment, as I was saying, to give my thoughts about things, because I was quite tired and I didn't feel like I gave an opportunity last time. So yeah, I have similar thoughts about Knights of the Old Republic.
Shouldn't we be doing something useful with this time?
Thank you, Jahira. Where, when you look at it, Knights of the Old Republic 1, the story is nothing really that special. I won't go into it in detail, but people who played it, I would say, if you think of it in terms of plot points, and after having finished it, it's kind of predictable. But, again, first time experiencing a story like that in a video game, or in any setting, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I do like Knights of the Old Republic 2's story. Much better, though. I think it has much more complexity and more interesting characters, and it makes me think a lot more than Knights of the Old Republic 1. Which isn't to say a story which doesn't make you think and on the same level as KOTOR 2 or Morrowind, for example, is not good. I certainly like a lot of things which have very simple plots in them. The Drizzt stories I will hold as being very good stories. They're not complicated, but I enjoy them for their simple adventure. Hello, welcome, Kivitz. Also, Judgy. You've decided to tune in to me here. This won't be too long. I'm very grateful for people to show up. Let's see. What else is there about this? I guess I talk about the different aspects of the game. Going from Baldur's Gate 1 to Baldur's Gate 2, the limitations of Baldur's Gate 1 become really apparent. It being the first game which they made, BioWare made, in the Infinity Engine. I believe it was BioWare who did this. I always thought it was Black Isle, but I believe the developer was actually BioWare. And Black Isle was like the publisher or something. So I think that was correct, having read Wikipedia page. And then this is where I've overcorrected myself. It's actually the other way around. Anyway. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 1, as good as it is an early iteration of that engine. Baldur's Gate 2 improves a lot of things. There is a lot more options for developing your characters in Baldur's Gate 2. This is part of the reason why I was struggling with the idea of whether I would actually recreate Pheak in Baldur's Gate 2, because I would have more options available to me. Going into character stats here for the moment. If we have a look at the proficiencies, for example, I can't show it off unless we leveled up the character, but Baldur's Gate 1, weapon proficiencies are very limited. Large swords there includes long swords, bastard swords, two-handed swords, and any other type. There is no such thing as a scimitar or a katana in Baldur's Gate 1. As I said, two-handed swords is included in large swords. So, yeah, Baldur's Gate 2 also has two-handed weapons fighting style, sword and shield fighting style, two-weapon fighting style, and maybe another one. But there's a lot more nuance in there, which does... I feel it's good for specializing a character more. I guess you could also see it in another way, that if you're putting points into proficiency at the beginning of the game, it can be a bit daunting which ones you choose. Do you choose bastard sword, long sword, two-handed sword, axe, or whatever? You don't know how the game is going to provide you weapons for these different classes. And in these games, I think it's smoothed out a bit in Enhanced Edition, but certainly in Baldur's Gate 1, I think large swords, long swords in particular, have the most variety in terms of weapons available to you. You got longsword +2, longsword +1. You've got the longsword which deals cold damage. There's also a number of cursed longswords. There's the if we're going by Baldur's Gate 1, large swords include two-handed swords. There's two-handed swords +1. There's two-handed sword +1 +3 berserking. There's the Spiderbane. There's what else is there? There's one which we didn't actually get, which is Vampire's something or other, which is actually a cursed item and you don't really want to use it, but it's another option. But then, you look at poor Jaheira here. For the entirety of Baldur's Gate 1, she was wielding her basic club, because there is no magical weapons in base Baldur's Gate 1 for clubs. It's just like that. I understand the Enhanced Edition has added a variety of clubs in Baldur's Gate 1, so playing that has that over the original. And Baldur's Gate 2 certainly has a lot more options there as well. I could have given her a spear +1, and she would have had a magic weapon. I just liked having Jaheira with a shield because it improves survivability. Hello, welcome, author. Wrapping up loose end. Yep, this is just more coherent thoughts because I'm not exhausted. And things like that. We didn't actually come across as many script breaks as I thought we would. I guess part of that is to do with, like, modern computers' processing power keeping up with things better, because I feel like if there was a script break, it was generally because the CPU or whatever wasn't able to keep up with what the game was asking for it, so it was like, oh, I missed a command. What do I do now? Fall back on failsafe. So yeah, we certainly did see slowdown during magic-heavy battles, which that was not a thing when I used to play this. I'm guessing that's something to do with modern computers and an inefficiency when it comes to, like, rendering the visuals. Because I think I don't want to go into this. I don't know exactly how the visuals for the spells are done. Going off the graphics settings, I'm going to assume they use hardware rendering for them. They might be based off of the graphics card, which means they're probably only using a limited amount of graphics card's memory because they don't recognize the graphics card as having as much power as it does now, or something like that. I don't know. Old game. It's got problems. Enhanced Edition would fix that as well. So, yeah. Anyway. Incoherent thoughts to why we're here. I hope I'm not too incoherent. my trains of thoughts can go from one to another, non sequiturs. Sometimes I worry that I might be rather hard to follow. What else is there? UI. I rather like the UI in Baldur's Gate. A lot of that is most likely because I'm extremely familiar with it. I've gotten a cadence down to interacting with the UI, so it really doesn't bother me. This is the what's it called? The well-known situation of developers don't find their own UI a problem because they're so used to it, they've gotten, you know, they've been practicing with it. But then you get someone who is not used to it to play with it, and they're like, what the hell is this? I have heard from fellow streamer Griffin God that a big hurdle for him playing Baldur's Gate is the UI. So, understandably there, it can be an issue. There is a lot of clicking to do with the UI here, and on modern computers, there is a degree of lagginess with it, which I don't remember being around back when I would play this in the late 90s, 2000s, so...
I am here.
To highlight again, you can see mouse inputs are laggy, and it actually causes me to pick up other items in my inventory when I click and slide the cursor across, which didn't happen when I originally played this, so that's an issue which popped up. But then you have things like having to click through these and click on this and then click on somewhere here and so on, and all these. I'm pretty sure you can swap a lot of these icons around. I forget how you do so though, but I believe there's a fair degree of customization here. Like, this is something I didn't use. These slots here, you can actually put quick cast spells in them, so you don't have to go into the menu every time, which is quite nice. How do you clear them? Yeah, whatever. I think you could do the same with some other things, but, anyway.
Can I help you?
That changes depending on characters, because thieves, they don't have any of that, at least. I don't think so, because they haven't taken up by their thieving skills there. God, I never used that.
I'm gone.
Interesting ability, though. Spellbooks. I don't know. Not much to say about that, really. It's fine. I don't have any, like, authoritative things to say, just my general feelings about things. And I'm losing my train of thought, can you tell? There is multiplayer for Baldur's Gate 1. You can play with other people, and construct a party out of other players. One person's a protagonist and everyone else is like followers-ons. I've never done that. It would be interesting to see how it functions. Okay.
Yes?
Something else I wanted to show off here is the console command. So, or the console. So when I used to play Baldur's Gate, it took me a long time to finish it legitimately because I would very frequently cheat in the game. The console allows you to do a lot of things, quite a few things with it. At least things which I found very entertaining in the day. Spawning any items, spawning NPCs and monsters and all that. There's a number of other commands as well. I have it active at the moment. The way you do so is you have to go to the Baldur's 1, I think Baldur's Gate 1.ini file or something like that. This is a bit different for the enhanced edition. You'll have to look it up because I think that's actually in a pack file or something like that. But for base Baldur's Gate, it's in the Baldur's Gate 1 directory. You open it up, and under, like, game settings or something, you add a line saying cheats equals 1, with no spaces, and save the file, and then you load up the game, and then you press Control Tab, and it brings up the Clue console here. Which you can have quite a bit of fun with. Let me just bring up my browser over on my other monitor so I can see the commands, because I can't remember all these. There's a lot of them. I used to have printouts of these. I'd ask my dad to print them all off at work, and he'd come home with like 6 pages of different commands and all that. So, yeah. First thing is this one here. Enable cheat keys. I've already enabled it. But this enables a whole bunch of keys which you can use to do various things, such as if you press Control J, you can teleport your character around the screen. It's not instant. You'll see your character lighting up, and then whoop, they'll just teleport.
I am here.
You can do this to teleport them anywhere, all the way over here, and there you go. Though you can't teleport them into impassable terrain, so that's why they appeared over there. There is other things which you can do.
Infravision, I prefer the daylight.
I believe there is a heal. If I can find the key. Control R is a heal. I believe it also removes all negative spell effects on a person. I think Control Y is a kill.
Blast it, Khalid! You die. I swear you'll never hear the end of it.
Poor son. Taking the dirt off so soon.
Which you can do on everyone. Good fun. I would use that on a lot of enemies, which I came across, which I didn't feel like fighting. Because it just instantly kills them. Oh, hey, you. Oh. Binko, you will survive for another day until I activate the codes again. There we go. You don't get experience for it. It doesn't count as you killing it. It just jibs whoever you have the mouse cursor over. Right, what else is there? Let's see. Okay, here's something which is a bit interesting. So, we have Pheak over here. If I press... Well, actually, let's see this. Control 2. I say Control 2. No? You're not going to do anything? Armor level 2. Armor level 3. Oh, that changes... Okay, that changes your character's visual appearance based on the armor which they're wearing.
Your concern? It is done.
Control 2 and Control 3 are supposed to fade the screen to black and fade it to normal. But it's not doing that. Highlight background interactive items. That's interesting. I'm guessing that allows you to see objects which are...
Yes?
Which you can pick up, or like containers. If we go over here... Yeah, there you go. You can see the outline on the stone there. It will also probably highlight the rock up here, so you can see that there's something in it which you can pick up. Where is that? Excuse me. Here it is. Maybe not. Maybe it's just items which you which only yeah, okay. It's only for things which you would get descriptions from, like signs and so on. What else?
Your concern? Yes, it is done.
We get you, and we can press Control 6. Ooh, we turned into a carrying crawler. We can roam around the level as a carrying crawler. It changes the character's animation.
I am here, indeed.
It doesn't change your stats or anything like that. Just changes how you look. Now, we're a wyvern. Now we're a big wyvern. We're a sleeping man halfling. Can't move when this form. Sleeping woman elf, man elf, dwarf, Batman, woman, blah blah. You got the various seating NPCs. Who the chair is part of their model. A bird, vulture, seagull, eagle, slave, noblewoman, nobleman, blah blah blah. You go through all the different characters and sprites in the game. It's interesting that it's actually a lot of these character models are actually retaining the colors of our character, the blue and purple, as well as the yellow from our adventuring robe, or our robe of the neutral archmagi. Could be a horse. Horses don't have walking animations, so. Or a cow. Moo.
Your concern? It is done.
Unkeg. It's just the feelers, because they only pop up when they're attacking. Ogre Magi. It's neat to be able to see the models. Interestingly, also, these ones are actually changing their colors too. So the sprites for the a lot of the enemies are quite variable. Polo there, Siren, Tesloy, Kobold. I think it's changing my hit points. Hobgoblin, Gnoll, Zombie, Svart,
Camaraderie,
Dreadwolf,
adventure,
blah 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 blah.
and steel on steel.
Various spiders,
The stuff of legend.
slimes,
Right, Boo?
ghasts, ghouls, doppelgangers, bears, basilisks. I don't think they give you the abilities of them. So. Yep, there's Seraphoc. He doesn't really work. Because we have equipped weapons and shields. They're showing up on his model too. So he would have his own unique attack. Now we're a skeleton. Now we're a monk. Elminster with a sword and shield. Now we're Drizzt. And you can see here the secret to how they got Drizzt to dual wield in Baldur's Gate. That his
I am here.
swords are
Indeed.
actually part of his sprite. Now you can see he's dual wielding there. But it's just appearance wise. Female halfling. Blah blah blah. And so on and so forth. You get the idea. There's a lot of sprites in the game. I don't believe any of these changes are permanent. There we go. We went all the way through all the enemies in the game. There's not actually that many, but, yeah. Let me just reload. Okay, so... what else can we do? Okay, here's something. If we go and press Control Q over him,
Certainly. I am here. Indeed.
he is now part of our party. We'll kick him over. And the game crashed. Because it's not supposed to be able to do... you're not supposed to be able to do that. So I didn't know what to do. Oh, man. Just a moment. I have to force close the game because it has stopped responding. Okay. I could do that to show off something which happened to me once when I played this. Let me see. So, enable that. Just give me a moment. Eh. Where is he? There he is. Okay, so I think if I go... right. So I mentioned earlier also that one of the things you could do. Let me actually rest so it's daytime. Get out of here. Giblets. Okay, there we go.
Indeed.
No. If only all the fights in the game were as easy as that. Oh, sorry. Back screen. Pardon me. We got attacked by gibblings and I just killed the wolves. Pardon for that. I have my, yeah. Sorry. Let's see, can I rest again and get attacked by gibblings? You can see what I was doing. Nope. Okay. Never mind. Oh, well, hey, here we go. Wolves. So that's what I did. Just imagine that on the other wolves and some halflings. You don't get the experience for it, but it's just instant kill. So, something else you could do as a console. You could do... create creature, bracket, quotes, and then you put in something. But you have to choose something which exists. I think most things are made up of 6 letters. Maybe? There we go. You can summon a giblet. And you can just keep doing this. Oh. Over and over and over and summon so many gibblings. Get out of here. Okay. It's unadvisable to summon certain types of creatures because it can cause problems.
Your death is inevitable.
I'm pretty sure if we kill Sarabok here, it will cause the end credits. Maybe? No, apparently not. Never mind. Hey, Sarabok.
Only the strongest shall prevail.
How about you take on like 4 fights Sarabok? Killing him once wasn't enough.
Your death is our
Nope.
father.
Get out of here. There we go. What was I doing? Right. So this is something which I mentioned happened to me once. What? One moment. Okay, that's the page for Baldur's Gate 2. Okay, here we go. Ah, there, right, okay. It's got a different name in the console. Okay, So it's not Biff01 or Biff or whatever. What you need to put in is dialogue mode. There we go. And this creates Biff the Understudy. He has no dialogue. However, if we use after I put okay, remove him on,
I care not.
you'll see it hasn't crashed because since he's even though he's joined us. So it's Biff the Understudy. I mentioned before, but in Baldur's Gate 1 and in Baldur's Gate 2, maybe, if there is a script break and the game calls upon an NPC who for some reason doesn't show up, it goes to a failsafe where it will spawn this NPC to fulfill the spot of the character who failed to appear. Hence the name Understudy, right? It's a theater thing. I had this happen when I played the original Baldur's Gate 1 back in the day, when I went to when Viconia was supposed to appear on screen, but in the area in the forest where she shows up, but she didn't, and in her place, Biff the Understudy showed up. He delivers exactly the same dialogue as Viconia. There's no difference in anything like that. It's just the character model looks different, because he's just there to deliver the lines to make sure that script works. However, in that particular case, Viconia can join you, so I ended up with Biff the Understudy in my party. He is not a good character. He has 9 across all of his stats. He's a level 1 fighter. He's not meant to join your party, but it's just something which happened. Doesn't even have a biography. So, yeah. Anyway, it was an odd thing which happens, so... And it's a neat way to get around a potential error like that. Other NPCs in the game, you know, if, like, Entar, Silvershield, or Duke Elton or whatever doesn't show up, then Biff the Understudy will show up in their place, because without those characters showing up, the plot wouldn't be able to proceed. So, yeah. I don't know whether this is something you really see in the Enhanced Edition, because the engine's been updated. Such bugs like that aren't really a thing anymore. He does show up in Baldur's Gate 2, in a little reference in a theater in the game. I don't know if he can show up in his original capacity for fulfilling the role of an NPC, which didn't appear. But he does show up, you know, trying to recite lines and doing a poor job. He doesn't even have a portrait, poor fellow. But yeah, nothing very special about him. He just shows up, as I said. What else?
Camaraderie, adventure, and steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
I'm just having a look at the list of monsters and seeing if there's anything else which I could summon. There is a lot of entries because I believe there's basically one for every single separate NPC which can appear in the game, including enemy varieties, characters which might say different things. There's a black screen at the moment because I'm looking at a list. Like the what's it called? The spiders, which you encounter in the gnome's house. They're separate. I'm not really seeing anything which is too major, but you know, you could just summon creatures to your heart's content, as I would, and have large fights between them. I think one of them which you could do is this. No? Maybe just Hobgob? Yeah, there we go. Just
Forward march!
Your
spawn a
concern.
bunch of Hobgoblins.
As directed.
Forward march!
Go get him, Biff. There we go. However, aside from doing that, you can also make items. I'm gonna have to look up some of the codes for these. But if we put book 01, I believe that will give us an item. But I'm not sure what it gave me. This? I guess this, because it's not identified. Drop that on the ground. It's a magical book. Nothing special about it.
Yes?
I don't think you get that in the game. Book 45. What's this one? History of the North. Recent histories of the North.
I am here.
You can also use this to create... I think you can do this to create, like... gold? Which you can put into your inventory. Just a moment. If you wanted to cheat yourself a whole bunch of money. Let me see. I mean, you could just create really expensive items to sell. If you wished. Hold on. Right. I think that's it. No, it's not gold 01. It's, Misk 07. Nope. That's not it either. That must be the entry for Baldur's Gate 2 or something. And let me have a look. Wait, which page? Which entry is this? Baldur's Gate. That's what I was thinking. Hang on. Oh, did I? It might be case sensitive. Hold on. I'm trying to make it spawn like a pile of... There we go.
It is done.
There we go. It created one gold piece in my
Indeed.
inventory. I believe there is a way to spawn a stack of, like, you know, 1,000 gold, but, it's tricky enough having to go back and forth between these, pages and all that. Let's see. Actually, let me have a look at this. Does this work? If I put in Lun 10... No, I didn't think that exists. That didn't exist. That was a club +1 +3 versus unnatural creatures. It's under Baldur's Gate. That might be added by Enhanced Edition. Part of my problem with this is that it's becoming very difficult to find information specifically for the original Baldur's Gate. It tends to get mixed together with Enhanced Edition stuff. So it's including things which don't exist in the original game. If you put Misk 01 in, you get an item. You get a Winter Wolf pill. You can
Yes?
sell for 500 gold. Not too bad. 101 is a club.
I am here.
104 is a mace. You can get magical
Your
items
concern?
and so on as well that way. There's also all the various scrolls. Ooh. Let me just find this. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. So, I don't think we actually found any of these when we were playing. But this is a really powerful item. It is a wand of summoning. We have to identify it. A wand of monster summoning.
Yes?
Baldur's Gate 2
Certainly.
really reduces the effectiveness of summoned monsters. And for good reason. Because we saw during the fight with Sarafok how powerful they are. Hold on. Okay. Oh, that didn't make one? No, there it is. Oh, right. Inventory is full. I think I just created one which has 999 charges. We just, rest. Get out of here. Ah. Okay, good. Let me save again. Apparently the game has decided to crash again. Oh dear. That's not a good crash. That is a bad type of crash. That's a crash which is not going to minimize. It's going to be a problem. Frick. This Control Shift Escape. It's not doing anything. Is there a command? Yes, it's Windows. Thanks. Is there a command for grabbing a window and dragging it? I'm pretty sure there is, because the task manager is hidden behind a full-screened crashed Baldur's Gate, and I can't access it. I believe I've used one before, but can't remember what it is. Let me see. You use wing key plus arrows, or page up and down. Does that move it across the screen? Yeah, that's not... doesn't look like it's working, unfortunately. I think there's a way to, like, grab a window and it goes into drag mode. To move a window to a display, orient to the left of your current display. Press Windows, Shift, and left arrow. Windows, Shift, left arrow. Did that work? Hold on, technical difficulties. If this doesn't work, you might have to give me a moment and wait while I stop the stream. Oh, hang on. Nope, there we go. Okay, good. Okay, I was going to say I might have to log out and log back in. Okay, so Shift, Windows key, left, put it onto my other monitor so I could get it. Can I alt-tab to something? The problem wasn't that I couldn't alt-tab out of the game. The problem was that the game was still full screen, and it wasn't closing down when I was going to the taskbar and saying, close the program. I could go Control-Alt-Delete and go to the task manager but the task manager was behind the full-screened application. So I needed to have a way to move the task manager to my second monitor so that I could actually tell the program to close down in its menu. I couldn't get it because it was hidden behind the full-screened program. Oh, Windows, if you made that easier. Or at least I have a way to do that. WinKey plus arrows is a native Windows way to move windows around, but it also has to be an active window. Right, I think I could change the active window by clicking on them on the taskbar. It's just sometimes games, when they crash, they get stuck on full screen. And it's like, oh, I can't access anything on that monitor because it's in the way. And it's crashed. And it's not closing when I ask it to. So, anyway. What was I doing there? You get the idea. Monster summoning. Summons monsters. You can summon huge amounts of creatures with it that way. You can't find them in the base game. I think generally randomly. They're very powerful when you do get them, though. So, I think they're either not in Baldur's Gate 2, or they're extremely rare to find. Monster summoning in Baldur's Gate 2 was nerfed quite a bit, because, as we saw with the last fight last night, Saravok getting eaten by wolves and gibberlings won me the fight. I was dealing damage to him myself, but he was certainly occupied with all the wolves and all that. So, never check them out. The Microsoft Power Toys are an amazing pack of Windows extension. Okay. Let me just write that down. Okay. You can take weapons from inventory. Seeing pretty nice slots. Oh yeah, okay. That's something else which I can show off quickly. We did come across Drizzt. I'm sorry. Where's my save game? It's supposed to be here. Wow. What? Did it just delete my save file or something?
It is done.
Whatever. Here we are. So... let me just bring up my... list again here. Okay. There we go. Create creature. Blah, blah. There we go.
Your lives to waste.
Yeah, hold on a moment. Oh, hang on. Well, he's dead. He didn't drop anything, though. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually spawn his items, rather than killing him and getting his items that way. Let me see. Okay. So, let me just write down these codes here. There's one. Okay, and there's also the okay. Let me go about this another way. I'm having to look at the huge list, and again, it's a bit difficult because it's the list includes Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, and some of the entries change between the games. So, come on, where are they? Where does it show his inventory? Ah, okay, there we go. That is... Okay. So, now we go create item, this W I H 15. No, is it 1? It might be 1. There we go. And there we go. 16. And then we go... There we go. That should give us all the items which he actually comes with. There we go. And this. So, if you do manage to kill Drizzt, he has some pretty powerful items on him. And, unlike what I thought, I believe in Baldur's Gate 1, a mage doesn't actually appear to take them away from you. I think that's in Baldur's Gate 2. So, yeah. Let's see. Mithril chainmail plus 4. This is the personal armor of Drizzt, the famous Dark Elf Ranger. It was forged for him by his friend Bruna. Armor class 1. I believe this is actually really cool because we can still cast magic spells when we're wearing it. Oh no, we can't. Never mind then. It does look neat though. It's nice and blue. What the hell do I know? It's still really, really good armor. You know, the equivalent of the Unkeg armor. So, yeah. And his 2 swords. Scimitars. Crossbrand. Which don't actually have the abilities which they would have, which they're supposed to have. I believe Frostbrand is supposed to give you protection from fire. But it doesn't have that here. It is a +3 sword, which is still very nice. And, Scimitar +5 defender. There's a Twinkle. No evil or neutral alignments can't use it. +3 weapon, Thaco +3, special, +2 armor class bonus. You can't dual wield in this game, of course, though, so you can only use one of them. And we can't use one of them anyway. I forget what Twinkle's thing is. Probably glows when something is nearby or something like that. Kind of like the swords in Lord of the Rings. But I can't really remember. It's been a while since I've read the books. But yeah. Pretty good items.
Yes?
If you can kill him, that is. Interestingly, he seems to have he seems to have an ability, rather than hitting you, he has an ability where if he hits you, he deals like +30 slashing damage, and you have a save versus death attacked on it, so it's why he hits so hard. It's probably something similar to what Servok does. But, yeah. Is there something else? Something just flitted into my mind, but it's gone again. I can't really think of anything. And I think that's about gone on for long enough. So, yeah. There we go. That's the, closing thoughts on Baldur's Gate 1. It's a great game. I really enjoy it. The, console is a lot of fun. I, recommend messing around with it if, you've finished the game legitimately and all that. Because, hey, you can just, I don't know, make mock battles and fight huge hordes of monsters and spawn items and play around with all the mechanics in the game and so on and so forth. Do be aware that you're probably going to break mechanics if you spawn plot relevant characters, because the game will be like, oh, they spawned. You must be up to this part in the storyline, when you're not. Probably why I counted a few bugs in the past. Of my own doing. Who would have thought that? Anyway, okay, I'll stop the recording here.